I can't even buy my girlfriend who works on the Hill dinner or a drink at a bar without getting a receipt and making sure that I clear it with the House Ethics Committee first. You have to get married if you want to be able to buy somebody dinner. I got here in a really roundabout way through an internship program called the Washington Center, where they actually place you in an internship and give you a place to live and a class to take for academic credit. So I spent a semester working at the firm where I actually work now as an intern, and at the end of my semester I decided that I wanted to stay in Washington. I started looking for a job. And I started looking first on Capitol Hill for trying to find a staff assistant position for a member of Congress, which was kind of the lowest person on the totem pole. And it's really hard to get a staff assistant position even without a little bit of experience up there as an intern. So I decided to start interning 3 days a week at a member of Congress's office while also spending 2 days a week here. And after a couple of months, slow months, like December, January, I was offered the position that I have now at this firm because the person that had my job before had to leave for personal reasons, and they really wanted to have somebody around that knew the ropes. So I think that's kind of the main thing that you have to offer to anybody is just your experience doing that particular job. And anytime you branch out beyond that, it's really, really difficult to get somebody to hire you. So you kind of have to find your niche and kind of, work to figure it out and hope that people will want to keep you around, or at least be willing to, recommend you if you move along. So, well, I guess two main things. One is having access to the members and their staff, or the committee staff. And two is your expertise in the issue area and your ability to sort of pitch this idea to a member of Congress or to their staff. So you have to know them first, but then you also have to explain to them why your client has a good idea that they should fund. A particular example of a project for a university would be, say, they want to complete construction on, or begin construction even, they want to construct a new science building. And they just decide that this is something they could ask their member of Congress for. And there's a construction account in that particular, I guess that's the Fund for the Improvement of Post-Secondary Education. I think you would be able to get a building built out of that. So you can just ask your member of Congress for really, honestly, anything you want. They can fund anything. If you've got a good enough pitch, if you can tell them why it's a good idea, and the money's available, they'll fund it for you. You can't just go in and ask for something off the wall and expect them to fund it just because your lobbyist is a big donor. They're just not going to do it because they have a lot of people that they have to answer to. And it's just not a responsible way to go about doing your job as a member of Congress. So it's really misleading for people to think that that's how it works. Like if anything, what you're buying with your campaign contributions is access to actually get in and meet with these people. And then they get to weigh among all the different people that actually got access which projects should get funded. And it's an imperfect system. It leaves a lot of people out that can't afford lobbying representation, but it's kind of the situation that we're in, and there's not a better way to do it without a fundamental rehaul of our entire system of government. This is just the way it works right now. So the view of the lobbying profession as basically professional bribers of Congress just couldn't be further from the truth in most cases. And obviously, there are bad actors in any sort of in any profession. There are people that don't follow the rules. There are people that are unscrupulous. But in my experience, a limited experience, but the people I've been around all seem, that are lobbyists, all seem to be doing something that they believe in. That's not. They don't seem to be just on the take by any means. A lot of the work that like my firm does, for instance, is funding hospitals that wouldn't get money otherwise. It's funding universities. It's funding research projects for like body armor for the troops. I mean, that's something that literally wouldn't have been funded. This particular type of research wouldn't be funded any other way unless we had gone to this member of Congress and asked for it. And a lot of people forget that if you don't have members of Congress directly involved in where dollars go, you just turn it over to the bureaucracies, then you lose all control of it. And it's a lot better, I think, for any constituency to know that the people that matter in their district, say hospitals or their county or the city government or whoever it is that actually has an interest in getting money out of the federal government, is being represented by people that can effectively advocate for getting that funding. If you don't have a lobbyist to represent you, you're going to go in cold without any knowledge of the political landscape, and you're going to ask the wrong questions and you're going to ask the wrong things from these members of Congress. If you actually want your projects to get funded, you need to have somebody that knows how to ask for those things.